Good day, folks. Sean here from Air Photography. So, with the holiday season fast approaching, I thought I'd make an accessory guide for the Mini 4 Pro. Perhaps you have a drone enthusiast on your list this year, or perhaps you're getting your very first drone over the holiday season and you're wondering what kind of accessories you should get for it. I'm just going to go over some common accessories that are useful for all types of users. So with all that said, let's just jump right in and take a look. So the first item here that I think is very important, and I think every drone pilot should carry in their drone bag, and that is a landing pad. Now, of course, you may not always use it, but they fold up pretty small and you can stick them in most backpacks. And they're not inconvenient to bring along whether you use it or not. And they're very handy because sometimes the surfaces we need to take off from aren't ideal. You could be taking off from tall grass, snow, sand, mud. On top of that, because of the bright colors, it makes it easy for the drone to see it if you're using features such as precision landing. This is the one that I've been using for the last couple years. I'll include a link to it down in the description. They're not a lot of money and they make a great addition to any drone kit. Now the next item here is a screen protector if you're using the controller that has the built-in screen, the DJI RC2. Now although this one is labeled for the Mini 3 Pro, the screens on them are identical. So if you are shopping around, as long as it says Mini 4 Pro or Mini 3 Pro, it'll work just fine. It's just like putting a screen protector on a smartphone. Most of these kits come with everything you need to install it, including cleaning cloths. You just want to make sure you have a nice clean surface before you apply the protective glass. These screen protectors are just a nice, inexpensive way to protect your investment. Now the next item here is a cover for the controller. You can get this in a couple different variations in a couple different colors. This one here actually has a built-in sun hood, and that can help prevent glare on your screen so you can see a little bit better on bright sunny days. You can also get it without that if you just want that rubberized protection for the controller. As you can see, it just fits right over top there like that. When it's installed, you still have full access to all the buttons, the fold-out antennas, and all the ports at the bottom. When you go to put this in a backpack in a small compartment, that pushes right down, so it's not going to take up much more room in a backpack. That rubberized coating gives it a nice grip, so it's not quite as slippery. And it'll offer a little bit of protection for the controller, keep it from getting all scratched up if you happen to drop it. It'll also help protect the screen because if you do happen to drop it on some rocks or concrete, that's going to kind of prevent it from taking an impact on the screen. So another inexpensive way to protect your investment and also keep the screen a little bit more visible on bright sunny days. The next item here again is another accessory for the controller. This is another style of sun hood. Now this one you attach permanently and it actually works quite well. The bottom part just wraps around the back and it's held in place with these little thumb screws. So it is easy to remove out in the field if you need to take it off. And the nice thing about this cover, it protects the screen when you have it stored away. And it also protects your joysticks. You don't actually have to take the sticks off, which can save you a little bit of time and frustration out in the field. Nothing worse than trying to put a control stick on out in some tall grass and you accidentally drop it. I have done that on more than one occasion. When you're ready to fly, you just open up the top, and as you can see, we now have a sunscreen that folds out and you can angle it whichever way works best for you. So definitely another accessory that you may want to consider. Now this next accessory here allows you to connect the controller to the handlebars of a bike. This can make it a lot easier to have the controller out in front of you so you can always keep an eye on things. This mount here just connects to the back there, just like that, and now you can see we have a standard GoPro mount. So if you already have a GoPro mount on your bike, you can just connect it like an action camera. But when you buy this mount, it actually comes with a handlebar mount as well. So if you don't already have one, everything you need is included in the box. Now the next item here isn't going to be for everybody. It's going to be for people who are going to be flying in climates where it can get a little bit cold. If you're going to be flying your Mini 4 Pro in cold temperatures, it's very important to keep the batteries warm. So if you've got a camera bag and you're going to be storing your batteries in there, using something like this, an electronic hand warmer, just on a low setting can help keep the batteries warm. That's going to extend your flight time and make sure you have a safe and successful flight even in bitterly cold temperatures. On top of that, this actually works as a power bank as well, so not only can you use it to keep the batteries warm, but you can plug in the USB-C right into the back of your drone. There is a 10,000 milliamp battery included in this hand warmer. Again, it's not going to be for everybody, but it's a multi-purpose tool. It's a power bank to keep your controller or your drone charged up, and it can keep your batteries warm on a cold day if you're out flying. Now the next item here is another accessory for the controller, And this is a lanyard. These can actually come in really handy. It allows you to secure the controller around your neck so you can kind of let go of it if you need to, or if you accidentally drop it, it's not going to go anywhere. They have 2 bolts that just screw in, just like that there, and now you can put this around your neck. It has quick release clamps on it, so if you do want to take it off, you can do so quite easily, and those just fold out of the way. Now, another thing you may want to consider for your Mini 4 Pro is a hard case. Hard cases can give you superior protection for your equipment. Now, ideally, a backpack or a soft case can be a little more convenient in some situations, but if you're going to be on a road trip in a car, or you're going to be on a canoe trip, say, or a kayak trip, a hard case is something that you definitely want to use because this will keep your equipment dry and protected. These cases are waterproof, so if you happen to take a spill in the water or something happens, you get caught in the rain, this again is going to keep your equipment protected. And because it's the Mini 4 Pro, this hard case is not overly big. As you can see, it is capable of holding both style of controllers. All we have to do is remove that insert. You can have either the RCN2 stored inside here or the RC2. There's lots of spots for accessories if you have ND filters. Controller just fits down in there like that. The drone fits there off to the side. Spot for the charging hub and 3 batteries. But as you can see, there's spots for storing other batteries as well. We got a spot for the charger and other cabling. It'll hold everything from the Fly More kit plus some extras. So a hard case is something you may want to consider if you want to have superior protection for your Mini 4 Pro. This hard case is from a company called Lycus. I've actually featured many of their cases on my channel over the years. They offer good quality cases, but more importantly, they offer good cases at a good price. Some of these hard cases can get very costly, but the Lycus cases are actually quite affordable. And lastly, one thing you may want to consider for your Mini 4 Pro is a set of ND filters. ND filters can be very important. Freewell has a wonderful set. This has every type of filter you'll ever need, right from ND filters. It has a mist filter, long exposure filters. There's a polarizing filter, and there's ND polarizing filters, so everything you would need for any type of scenario. Currently, I have the UV filter installed. I usually leave that on at all times, unless I need to put an ND filter on or one of the other filters to get a little bit creative. Freewell makes excellent quality ND filters. I've been using their products for years. Always been very happy with them. ND filters are not for everybody, and they're not really necessary for every situation. But if you are in the market for some ND filters for your Mini 4 Pro, I highly recommend the Freewell brand. Well, folks, that's basically it. A few accessories that you may want to consider for your Mini 4 Pro. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and got some value out of it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. It's always greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.